Hey, what up? My name's Jose. I'm gonna be doing another knife review. Um, today I'm gonna be reviewing the K-bar right here. Full size K-bar combo blade, and the buck specialty knife right here. And I've done a review on this knife, but the SOG SEAL Team Elite. We'll just use it as a reference. If you watch my my SOG review, it'll give you some information on this knife. But anyways, let's start off here with the K-bar. The K-bar is an amazing knife. I got it with the Kydex sheath. This sheath, alright, some people may complain about it. I have absolutely no complaints with the sheath. Amazing. Well built, really strong. Tons of lash points here, just tons all over. So you could do reverse carry. Lash it right here on your backpack or something. You could actually put it on your back. So some of that action right there. Just a great sheath, extremely versatile, well built. No complaints on the sheath. I bought it separate from the knife, but it's whatever. It locks your blade, and this is like without it being strapped or anything. You can shake this around. It's not going to fall. It has a nice little clip for the sides. Cool thing about it, you can put the knife in either way. It's not going to bother it. Oh, what's up, dude? And anyways, so that's that on the K-bar sheath. Knife itself, great knife. Right here on the pommel. Anyways, it's got a nice hammer end, and that's extremely functional. I use this all the time. It's just great to do some of that bashing. I actually use it to drive in nails and posters up on the wall and whatever it is I needed to do. It's just going to get your job done. It's got at the hilt right here, it's got these nice guards, which is great for if you're going to be in a combat situation, which is what the K-bar was made for. US made, amazing. Always go with US if you possibly can. And I know a lot of the knives I'm reviewing are not US made. Taiwan, cold steel, everybody's complaining about it. The SOG SEAL Team Elite, it's also foreign made right now, and people are tripping about that. I don't care if it gets the job done, sweet. But it's always a bonus to have US made. The sheath, the handle is rubberized, so that is great. Provides real good grip. A lot of people you'll find will complain about it being wet and not having a really secure grip. I tend to disagree. When it's wet, you still get a good grip on it. However, if your hand gets it all fatigued, you're going to lose the grip on it if it's wet, because it's just your hand will be fatigued and it's just harder to hold on to, and it gets slightly slick in water. But that's whatever. It's no big deal. Great knife for the most part. You can use it for just like batoning wood. I actually throw this knife a lot. It's really fun to throw. I just throw it blade style, and it's just pretty cool to do. Anyways, the edge it came with was not really that sharp. I was pretty disappointed in the way it came out of the box. Not really sharp on this fine edge part, but it was no big deal. You can just sharpen it. Don't use a run-through sharpener with this knife. The angle of a run-through is way too much. It's going to mess up the painting, the finish on the knife, and that's just not going to be as fun. But if you don't really care about that, then go for it. No big deal. K-bar has the classic blood groove right there, which is awesome. Just gives it that badass factor. It just looks pretty awesome, unique kind of thing for K-bar and combat style knives. It's amazingly balanced, so you can just tear this thing apart, like around. It just moves with effortless ease. It's great. So it's a good knife for what it's made for. Utility wise, just great. It's gonna hold up awesomely to your utility things, batoning wood, and doing whatever else it is you need to do with it. Anyways, that's the K-bar. Now we have the buck specialty. This is probably one of my favorite fixed blades that I own. It's a great knife. Right here, it's 119 steel. It's a stainless, so what can I say? It's as good as stainless steel gets. But I really have no beef with stainless steel. It's really hard to sharpen once it gets dull, so do not let the knife get dull, because that's just really hard to sharpen. But once it's sharp, it stays pretty good, keeps an edge, and you know, it's just pretty easy to keep sharp. You know, just don't let it get dull, like I said. You can see this gripping right here. I just put that on for craps and giggles. There was really no reason for that. I just like the way a hockey grip feels. I like playing hockey, and so I try to put it on the knife, and I have no complaints about that so far. Just used like normal hockey tape. Really locks it in. But if not, it's just a solid black handle, and then it goes into the satin bottom right here. You could use it for some hammer action, much like you would the K-bar or the SEAL Team Elite, but it's not really recommended for that. Has a nice little blood groove right there. That just makes it look really cool. It's great, just flow to the knife. It's a It's a satin finish. So you know, in a combat situation, you wouldn't really want a satin blade because it's really going to shine and whatnot. But if you needed to use this, this is definitely going to get the job done. It's got the clip point on it. Like I said, I use it for my hunting knife, and it really holds the edge. Blades on these are pretty similar. Whoops. The clip is a lot more pronounced on the buck than it is on the K-bar, but due to the fact that the K-bar is also a combat knife, you need that for some good thrust action. Anyways, that's those two knives. The sheath on the buck specialty, it's a pretty good sheath. It's really standard nylon. There's a plastic lining in here, and I mean, it's not gonna lock your blade in. Like, if you try to like really run around with this, there's a lot of play up in here. I mean, no, look at that. It'll just fall right off if you do that. So make sure to put this strap onto it, and then it will not come off. It's got the standard belt loop, as do most, you know, fixed blade knives. It's just a really simple knife. You can get this for about anywhere from about 30 to 60 bucks, depending on where you get it from. I would recommend getting it online because it is always cheaper online, and that's good. Buck, you know, well-known brand. I have no beef with Buck. From what I've seen, they make really good knives. I like a lot of their folders as well. I don't have one with me at the moment, but I hope to get one in the future. And so that's that. And once again, we'll just touch on the SEAL Team Elite, just since we're doing kind of utility combat style knives right now. This is the Buck SEAL Team Elite. It's got the classic SOG Bowie style blade. It is ridged on the top, which is great for some of that rasp action. Use it as a minor saw. And for setting snares, you don't have to sacrifice any of the sharpness of your blade. This blade came pretty sharp out the box. I could shave with it. The Buck is also extremely sharp. I put a really good edge on it. I got this one used, so when I got it, the blade was extremely sharp, but it was chef sharp, not shaving sharp. So, you know, it's whatever. It sharpens really easily. You can just get a cheapo, like, little Smith's run-through sharpener, you know, the two-step carbide and ceramic, and you're going to get the job done really easily. Just a few passes, and you'll be shaving sharp. Anyways, the serrations on this are one-sided, as are most serrations anyways. There's a slight bit on this side, if you can see it at all. They come really nice and sharp. Not as awesome as Spyderco serrations, but that's because I'm really biased to Spyderco serrations. They're a little bit more pointed than I would like, whereas, you know, the K-bar straight up, you know, they're nice rolly style serrations, extremely sharp. And, you know, that's nice for the combat situation. You don't got to worry about them folding over. And, you know, that's just convenience. This is the, I believe, what is this, Zytel handle. Really good handle, really grippy. If you can see, I put electric tape on it because with a lot of use, it actually fatigues your hand and really starts to hurt. But it's a nice knife. Really no complaints about it. I'm in love with this knife. It's a great knife. Full tang blade all the way out the other side. Use that as a hammer in a combat situation or just simply around the camp, driving in some stakes. Anyways, I hope you liked this review. If you want to find out about the SOG sheath, which I don't have time to go over right now, go to my SOG SEAL Team Elite review. Anyways, if you guys have any questions, as always, feel free to post comments. I'll answer to the best of my abilities, and I will see you on a later